So when I hit record, it should be framed up just slightly differently. Is it still good? It kind of punches in a little bit.
Yeah, it does punch in, but it's still, is there a way to lower it? No, it's perfect.
Yeah?
It's perfect.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
take a video real quick for you.
Okay.
You can see. It's the smile for me. Brandon, you're so funny. Hello again, friends. Danny here, and I'm with the one and only Brandon Laremont, photographer, creative director, set designer, and of course, genius.
Hey, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the Soul Theory experience, the magazine. I just see so many great things happening with Soul Theory. So honestly, I'm just extremely appreciative for being a part of the journey. And I can't express how much Soul Theory has been a part of my journey. So the fact that we're able to come together and do something amazing just means the world to me.
Brandon, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into photography.
So, as you know, my name is Brandon. I got into photography back when I started graphic design. Graphic design for me, I understood, was a medium by which you can put together elements in order to communicate something to an audience. The one thing that I felt was lacking in my work was the ability to fully communicate my vision. At that point, it was just clip art or royalty-free photography, but that didn't make things uniquely to me. So then that's when I decided to learn photography. I picked up a camera and I thought, you know what? I can go out and I can take these photos, and putting together the graphic design and just my eye and understanding style and composition through the lens of a camera just amplified everything for me. So for me, photography really started about communicating a vision that I had in my head and combining that with computer graphics and art direction to just completely tell the vibe that I want to tell to the world.
How do you prepare mentally, emotionally, physically before your shoots? What's that process like?
So the way I look at my photography is it's a two-way street. There are times by which I may have a concept and I completely see the vision. And a lot of times that vision comes from the music that I listen to. I typically listen to a lot of instrumentals, and I like to just close my eyes, and basically I see visuals when I'm listening to music. And my goal sometimes is to have a little notepad as I'm getting lost in that music, and the syncopation, just the musicality of a lot of the things that I listen to, and it just takes me to a place. And then it makes me wonder, can I recreate that space that I went to? And so when that happens, I just start jotting down a bunch of notes, and then the mad process of all the research and has this been done before, and the technicality of the lighting and the smoke and just all the theatrics of things. I have to just go through and kind of cull through all these different ideas and then come together and do a shoot. A lot of times those types of shoots are very experimental, very abstract. And so for me, that's part of that journey. But the other type of photography that I do is maybe somebody comes to me and has a concept. In this particular case, I love the fact that I was approached to be able to be a part of the experience with Soul Theory and do a shoot with Jessica Rabbit, the real life Jessica Rabbit. I mean, how many times do you ever get a chance to say that you shot the real Jessica Rabbit, right? So,
Never.
But for me, in that moment, it's not about me. So when I'm preparing for a shoot, I have to take a moment and go, the lighting is the lighting, the photography is the photography, but I have to be able to connect my audience to what the talent is giving. And so in that moment, I spend laborious hours trying to create a set design and test shoots so that in the moment during the set, while we're shooting, it's not about me. It's just about me capturing that moment and trying to capture what that person is listening to in the music and how they want to convey that to the audience, or really to themselves, because it's a little voyeuristic. So that's pretty much how I prepare for two different styles of photography, and then sometimes there's some bleed over between the two.
Like I said, genius. And I've been working with Brandon, how many years? 2 years?
So I feel like it's 2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah.
And ever
Yeah.
since we met, we only create magic.
Yeah. I
He
absolutely
captures
love working with you.
all the moments.
Soul Theory, the talent that you have and the talent that you work with and anybody that you send my way. I just know that there's a certain element that you just get it. I don't mean any disrespect for just portraits, but I'm not here to just take portraits. I'm not Life Touch Studios. I'm not, so I feel like it's not a paint by number type of experience. So for me, the technicality isn't as important as just making sure that I have things set to, not be blurry. I don't want to have all blurry shots,
Yeah.
but to be able to just let that all go and to let you, a performer, any talent that is in front of that screen, just completely let loose. So to do that, again, with music, to be able to have a studio space that I can call my own and is completely organic, we can get in here and we can crank the music.
Crank it, baby.
Bring in the smoke, bring in the mirrors, bring in the wind, everything. Wet the floor, create a pool, create a rain experience in here.
The
Do
outside
whatever we
is now
want.
the inside.
So that when you're looking at the photos, you can't tell that this is a garage space. It's a humble garage space, and my bed is on the opposite side.
You would never know.
You would just never know.
And I will say, you have always allowed that space, that energy for vulnerability, playtime, playfulness, and just really diving into the character and the scene. You set it up, you allow it, and you capture it, and it's truly beautiful working with you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. It's an honor.
we only go up from here, baby.
Absolutely.
Can you share an instance where the chaos of creativity led to a breakthrough in your work?
There is a very defined moment in my creativity and my photographic journey and my creative direction. And that actually started when photographing with you. I remember the day so clearly. I was sitting in my car and I was just having one of those creative moments. And I couldn't actually see what the final result would be. And for how obsessive compulsive that I am with my photography, the fact that I had a concept, but I couldn't make a thumbnail. I couldn't make a mood board. And I just said, hey, Danny, I got this crazy idea. What if we did a photo shoot where you're just covered in googly eyes?
I knew it.
You're just completely covered in googly eyes. And the fact that I was able to work with you and know that there's a possibility we don't get a good photo. We have no idea. But that experience of setting up the design, having to find out what size googly eyes, and what are these eyes going to do, and
are they gonna stick?
And the fact that you are a movement artist, and I don't know, are they even going to stay on there? Are they going to be moving around? And so for me, the chaos was really mentally. The fact that I didn't have but so much control over what the final look was going to be, yet and still, I have this desire to try to control as much as I can up until a certain point.
Mm.
And so it was at that go time where you were just doing a warm-up, covered in, 250, 300, 400 googly eyes. And we turn on the music and you just completely woke up every single sense within me. The way that I saw the frames coming through and the fact that just graphically, visually, it was just so impactful. And I go, the amount of effort that I put into the set design had nothing to do with the end result. So for me, it was a matter of mental chaos. The trying to figure this all out, and we're figuring it out on the spot. I don't think that it gets too much more chaotic than that. But to see the final result, just absolutely stunning. I have not seen a single person look at the photos and not just go, what?
What's happening?
And so for me, I love that experience. I love that reaction. It didn't have to be a narrative. It didn't have to be in the context of, what does it mean? It doesn't have to mean anything. but it's a badass photo. It's
But
a badass
period.
series. And so for me, that's why I have it over everything that I do. That just really unlocked a whole nother level for me. And so to be able to experience that, I actually now like to lean into that chaos. I like to invite that into my world. I sometimes will say, you know what, you don't need to spend a whole week on the set design. Give yourself 1 hour, and that's it. The way that it is the way that it is. And so that's a huge challenge for me because I invite that chaos into my creativity.
Diamonds are made under pressure.
That's right.
That's right. I'm going to give you a hug because I really
Oh my
love
gosh.
you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Sorry. Moment. Okay. Because I knew it. I knew what shoot you were talking about because I said, all right.
Changed everything.
Let's go for it.
Literally changed everything.
But that's the beauty of it. Like, we can only control so much, and in real life too. You know, like, you can't control everything. It's gonna take over your mental capacity. It's gonna drive you insane.
Yeah.
It's just too much. And sometimes we have expectations, but you know, they go in different directions. You never know where it's gonna go. So the product can be spectacular, impulsive, and just beautiful. And that's what we make. Just like impulsive, spectacular work.
Absolutely.
On the spot.
And no matter how much I even think, okay, well, I'll do this, that, and the other, I can do the whole set design, but until you step in front of that frame, everything can go to the right. And just go, all right, that's where we're going.
Sure. And that's the best part about you. You are just like, we're going. We're riding. Okay. We're some now. Bumps. Oh, tornado. Oh, okay. Thank you, Brandon. You know I love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That is Brandon Laremont for you. Brandon, seriously, thank you so much for being a part of this process. This could have never happened without you, and I emphasize on the never.
No.
We love you. We need you. And the people are not ready. They are not ready. That's all I'm going to say. Soul Theory Magazine.
Soul Theory Magazine.
Edition number 3.
You need to get it. If you have not gotten it, you need to get it.
Yeah.
This is a community that I tell you, when I walk out and I see another artist, I say, do you know about Soul Theory? And I just can't wait for the moment where they go, absolutely, I've been there every single time.
Thank you.
And because I don't, every single time they're like, what is that? Hold on a second. Let me show you what happens. Let me show you what happens. And so to just keep feeding into that community is just magical. And the fact that, you know, it's a community where we're all like-minded. Mm-hmm. There's no judgments. There's no judgments in the studio. There's no judgments at Soul Theory or any of the spin-off events. Come as you are. Come as you want to be.
Thank you. It's a community.
Do what you want to do. Promote yourself. Network. Be yourself. Be around other people who are just as into it as you. That's where you want to be. You don't want to have to be out in the world where you have to explain yourself and validate this. To be able to present your artwork, and someone just goes, I connect with that. I definitely vibe with you. Let me get your information. We need to work together. We need to do collabs. That's where it happens. Mm-hmm. Soul Theory. Soul Theory, baby. Soul Theory.